You interested in the abolition of school uniform?
What?
Are you interested in getting rid of school uniform?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, well, we're starting this campaign to really try and get something done about it. We're SAG, Students' Action Group, and we're having this meeting at dinner time in the library. Come along, bring your friends, OK?
Yeah, all right.
Are you interested in the abolition of school uniform? Everyone hates school uniform. We all know why they want us to wear it. Uniform is a means of control. It's so that we're mocked. When we leave here wearing school uniform, it's like being branded.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's a way of infantilising you. I mean, how can anyone act grown up in white socks? And that's for their argument about ironing out social differences. Who do they think they're kidding? The poor kids at this school, they can't afford a uniform in the first place. I mean, they go through real humiliation just because they can't afford a flipping uniform. Just because they're not dressed like they say we should be dressed. And I say, and SAG says, it's about time we said no, once and for all, to school uniform.
Right, so what we propose is that we should all make sure that this matter is raised at the school council by our form representatives.
School council? What's the use of that? No, if there's one issue all the kids in this school agree on, it's school uniform. And the school council doesn't even have it on its agenda. That's because fundamentally the school council isn't about changing anything. It's just a sop to make us think we're participating in the running of the school.
Well, what do you suggest?
I think we should take action. I think we should have a wearing tomorrow.
Oh, don't be stupid. They'll just put us in detention.
Oh, no, they can't put us all on detention, can they? What we need round here is some solidarity.
Look, it's not that I don't agree with you, Jess. It's just that I think we should try the school council
We tried
first.
the school council last year.
Shut up, Jess. Let David finish.
Yeah, well, school council meets on Friday, right? Well, I think we should organise a petition by then, and then we should lobby the school council as they arrive at the meeting. Now, Mike and Jessica are going to come round and ask your name and form, so nobody leave until they've spoken to you, right? OK.
This council call coming now.
Right, well, you just keep out of it, Samuels. Let Dave do the talking.
Excuse me, Councillor Doyle. We represent SAG, the Students' Action Group, and we're campaigning for the abolition of school uniform.
Yes, I see. Well, I think if you've any opinions as to how things ought to be run in this school, you should get your class representative to bring it up at the school council meeting.
We are having it brought up at the school council meeting.
Fine, then. There's no problem, is there?
Yeah, well, we just wanted to make sure you knew the extent and the support amongst the kids in this school for the abolition of school uniform.
Every form in the school has asked their rep to vote for the abolition of school uniform.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, this is a problem that doesn't just affect children only. Look, I can't go into it now because I'm late, but I'm a parent, and I keep my ears pretty close to the ground, and I can tell you that most parents want their children in school uniform.
How many of you asked? I bet you haven't asked many.
Oh, I have, my dear. I have. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm late.
Is there any wonder we never get anywhere with him on the school council?
What are they talking about now?
Still arguing about the tax, are we?
I told you it wouldn't happen. I'm gonna go get something to eat. Anyone want anything?
Yeah, get a donut.
Yeah, OK. Just barging us, they're never gonna raise it.
They will raise it. Steve said he would.
Yeah, Penny, our first-year rep, said she would too.
Oh, look, they say they will, but they won't. You don't know what they're like.
Look, we just can't go barging in. It's Llewellyn's first meeting. Now, we don't want to get on the wrong side of him to start off with.
No. They'll wait a bit longer anyway.
Look,
Do you reckon they'll bring it up?
Of course
are you
they will.
joking?
Well.
They won't. Let's go get them.
What happened?
Well, we got our tuck and bookshop proposal agreed to. What happened about the school uniform? It was adjourned till the next meeting. That's exactly what Jess said would happen.
Yeah, I told you. Didn't I tell you it was hopeless expecting anything from the school council?
Well, I'm sorry we didn't get round to discussing school uniform.
You never do get round to discussing it.
Don't we? Well, I've only been here a few weeks, young lady. But let's see. If we have a good effort on the jumble sale and get this shop off the ground, I promise you this. I personally will see that school uniform is at the top of the agenda next council meeting.
The other day, these first-year kids who took this sofa, they got into trouble because of their blazers. We might as well be branded. In fact, I don't know why they don't just brand us like sheep and be done with
It's
it.
your boyfriend, Trish. That's not my boyfriend.
Right, Trish?
All right. Didn't expect to see you here.
Oh, you're not still rabbiting on about school uniform, are you?
Yeah, decided to join us.
Fisher, come here a minute, will you? Know where we stand. You said you consider the uniform issue when the trading post was established. Well, now the trading post isn't going to be established, not this term anyway, because all the money's been confiscated.
Diverted.
Sorry?
The money hasn't been confiscated, it's been diverted to the play.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant. Look, we just want to know when the uniform issue's going to be considered.
Well, if you remember, I wanted to see some signs of cooperation and school spirit. I haven't seen those yet. But when the trading post is established, uniform goes straight to the top of the agenda.
That's not fair. I mean, the fire was the work of one person. A lot of people worked hard to raise money for the trading post.
I agree, it isn't fair. Life isn't fair.
Blimey, but you're the one who's making it not fair. You can't just sit there and pretend it's some sort of law of the universe that uniform can't be considered till the trading post exists.
One thing you have yet to learn about me, Jessica Samuels, is that I stick to my decisions. Now, I can't talk any longer. You've had my answer. All right?
What a Burke.
One thing you have to learn about me, Jessica Samuels, I stick to my decisions. Yeah, we'll see about that. No, he's got to be made to see that he can't get away with his dictatorial policies. I mean, why should we have to wait for a decision on uniform till the trading post exists? It wasn't our fault there was a fire.
Well, I agree with Jess. We've been reasonable, we've been patient. It's got us nowhere. I think it's time that we showed him that we mean business.
Well, what do you suggest?
Well, I think we should organise a demonstration, a big one, march to the head's office and make him see this is an urgent issue.
I second that.
All those in favour of a demonstration?
What happened to you lot? Why don't you come up and stick out for me and Billy?
We're already too busy.
No, he's right, you know, Dave. It is wrong.
What are you doing? Get down this instant.
No,
How dare you speak to me like that?
I think it's wrong that kids should be put on special tables just because they have free meals. If anyone else agrees with me, stand on their tables.
Get down this instant!
Not till we give an assurance that free meal tables will be stopped, right?
I am not empowered to give such an assurance.
Who is?
Llewellyn could.
Right. We want the head! We want the head! We want the head! We want the head!
Would someone kindly explain what's going on?
Tell him.
Well,
Benny was getting a bad time, sir, because he gets free dinners.
and how will standing on the tables and acting like 4-year-olds prevent that?
This is merely a demonstration to highlight the humiliation, the degradation and the embarrassment a lot of students have to suffer. Not only due to their family circumstances, but because they are forced into a situation where they're stigmatised as poor.
You think the free meals tables should be abolished?
We do! Also, no one should know who does and who doesn't receive free meals.
Yes, I agree. Anything else?
Sir?
Yes,
Jenkins, sir.
yes, Jenkins?
What about the starvers, sir? Boogie Benson. He only ever gives us half our dinner.
I see. Benson?
He's not in today, sir.
Which is why you raised the point, I suppose. Wait a moment. Mrs. McNamee?
What do you think he's doing?
You're taking a chance. I wouldn't like to be in your shoes when Booger gets back.
He shouldn't have been a starver then, should he?
Very well. The present system of older pupils serving younger pupils will end. From today, you will all collect your individual lunches from the serving hatch here and sit wherever you like or wherever you can find a place. But on one condition, you assist Mrs. McNamee and her kitchen staff by returning your plates and cutlery and what have you after you've finished. Fair enough? Don't worry about Benson, Jenkins. I'll deal with him personally. Any more complaints?
Do we have to eat salad, sir?
I have to eat it, so why shouldn't you?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
Does this mean you'll recognise SAG as the legitimate voice of the students?
It is a voice, I agree. And like every other voice in the school, if it presents itself to the relevant year representatives, it can have itself heard on the school council.
Well, it's 1-up to old Llewellyn, I'm afraid, Jess.
Well, we'll just have to think of a way to even up the score a bit, won't we?
Come on.
Hold it right there. And what the devil do you think you're doing?
We're here as an official delegation of the Students' Action Group.
To appeal to all our fellow students to boycott all organised outside sports until we get a firm confirmation that all uniforms are abolished.
Not here, you don't.
You've got no right to prevent us from talking to our fellow students.
Haven't I? These are my playing fields, lad. You come here to play games or you don't come at all. Now move. I've no intention of telling you twice.
You can't cross the picket line.
Why not?
Because we're telling you, you can't.
You can't tell me to do anything. Now, excuse me, I want to play hockey.
We're asking you not to.
Don't you care what the kids here really want?
Of course I do. Probably more than you do. That's why I was nominated to the school council, which is the proper way to get things done. Come on, you two. Don't be frightened of them.
You lot got swimming off Baxter this morning.
Wonder why they called you Big Ears.
Look, we want that cricket match called off.
Why?
To prove to Llewellyn that when we say we're going to do a thing, we do it.
We never asked you to.
You never asked us to get the free meals table scrapped either.
No, but I did.
Don't you want the uniform scrapped?
What's that face for?
Look, why don't you do something useful for a change? What about the tuck shop? I'm fed up of having to walk over to the shop.
Don't blame us for that. Blame whoever burned down the stage in the flipping assembly hall. Look, we're asking for your support in this matter and we intend to get it.
One way or another.
They mustn't be coming, Jess.
I told you they'd meet somewhere else.
You always do after the event.
Oh, it's Mike.
I've just seen them. They're all waiting down the annex.
The annex?
Come on. What time is it? Well, it should be here by now.
Here he is.
But look!
Hurry up, Baxter!
Come on.
You might scare this lot, Samuels, but just try it on us.
Yes.
Sorry we're late, Jess.
Oh, that's okay. Go help sort this lot out, will you? What?
Nothing.
All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Uniform to drag! So says SAG! Uniform to drag! So says SAG! Uniform to drag! So says SAG! Uniform to drag! So says SAG!
rehearsals are so far behind, I don't even know where I'm up to. And Miss Summers tells me that the sets might not be ready in time.
Well, this boycott thing means that the kids are only working at lunchtimes, if that.
I know, and I appreciate your problems, but if we had tried to ban the SAG movement...
Well, of course, things wouldn't have been quite so bad if I hadn't had to have my little holiday.
Yes, I know, things have a habit of piling one on top of the other, but what can I do? I can't force the pupils to cooperate unless they volunteer to disband.
What's that? Well, you could ban that lot for a start.
Ah, one of the problems of living with democracy. Having to tolerate elements you don't agree with. Janet, would you go outside and ask our noisy friends to send in a delegation? Thank you both for coming, and don't worry, I'll work out how to deal with this.
Uniform, uniform, out, out, out. 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 Uniform, uniform, out, out, out.
Thank you. The headmaster has asked me to invite a delegation into his office.
Thank you, Janet.
Now,
We're here as an official delegation of the students' action.
Jessica, I know who you are. Everyone in school knows who you are. So what can I do for you?
You can get rid of uniform.
Just like that?
Why not?
Why should I?
Because most of the kids here don't want it.
Most?
Yes.
The majority?
Probably.
How do you know?
Oh, they're outside telling you so.
How many? 50? 60?
It's enough.
Is it? Out of the whole school?
It's a start, though.
True, but it's not the majority. Look, I know there's some genuine resentment against uniform. But until you can prove to me it's against the wishes of the majority, I'm afraid it'll have to stay.
Yeah, how are we going to do that?
By using the machinery of the school council, Jessica. It's there for your benefit, as you know. I hear, in any case, an action group has started on this very subject.
The students only need one action group.
Yes, I agree with that.
And it should be us.
Yeah.
What about you two? What do you think?
Well, I just think we should be able to wear what we want.
Right.
Fair enough. But would you think it unreasonable if I were to uphold the wishes of a minority against the majority?
Yeah, but we should have a choice.
Yeah. Look, I'll tell you what I'll do. There's a staff-pupil committee meeting at the end of this week. Why don't we raise it there? And if there's a clear majority, I'll review the whole uniform issue. But with one condition.
Which is?
I don't want any more disturbances, disruptions, or so-called demonstrations.
If there is a majority, you'll investigate the possibility of scrapping the uniform.
Yes, Jessica, that's the most I'm prepared to offer at this moment.
Sounds fair enough, Jess.
Okay, you're on.
What did you expect?
I presume that finalizes things for today?
I propose we close the meeting.
Seconded.
All in favour? Carried. Well, thank you, everyone. I'll notify you of the next date.
We've got to think of the future. Well, if it works at polytechs and universities, then why shouldn't it work at Grange Hill?
Because my dad would beat me up if he found out.
Well, we won't tell him.
Okay, but at some point we've got to demonstrate our solidarity. What commitments?
What's up, Dave?
Flame in the wedding pulled a fast one on us, as usual.
Oh, what happened?
They only raised the school uniform motion before I got there. They threw it out. Didn't even get a chance to speak.
Typically thinks he's God almighty, doesn't he?
I knew it. I knew we should never have trusted him. Remember how he just appropriated the trading post money to pay for the fire damage? Remember that?
Yeah, and the money we helped collect. Anyway, what did you expect from the school council? I mean, even appointed our representative. We didn't even get a chance to vote. If we had, I would have voted for Penny Lewis.
Who would, right? Yes, sir. 3 bags full, sir, she is.
Well, what are we going to do now?
Well, show him we mean business, of course.
How?
Let's start a boycott again. No, it didn't work anyway.
What about your sitting idea, Jess?
What sitting idea?
Why not? Do you think it'd work? And where would we sit in?
Well, it'd have to be somewhere we could all get into easily. Somewhere everyone needs to use.
The bogs.
No, it'd have to be somewhere like Old Llewellyn's office itself.
No, Llewellyn's office. Janet's his secretary.
Yeah, everything goes through there.
Right, everybody believing what SAG stands for?
Yeah.
Are we all going to stick together and put it to the test?
Jess, I think we should wait and think about this.
Oh, come on, Mike, we're tired of waiting. You heard what happened today. We need to act, agreed?
Yeah.
Right, all those in favour of sitting in Janet's office?
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
Come on, then.
come
Wait.
2, 4, 6, 8, what do we really have? U-N-I-F-O-R-M. Uniform. 2, 4, 6, 8, what do we really have?
Student Action Group have decided to occupy your office.
2, 4, 6, 8, what do we really hate? U-N-I-F-O-R-M. Uniform.
Mr. Llewellyn, you'd better come quickly. Samuels and her friends have taken over my office.
2, 4, 6, 8, what do we really hate? U-N-I-F-O-R-M.
And what exactly is going on here?
The Students' Action Group have decided to occupy the Secretary's office in an attempt to make you recognise SAG and its declared aims as being truly representative of the student body.
And if I don't?
We're going to sit in until you do.
You will all be punished for this. If you remain here, you will be treated as deliberately staying away from your studies. There are 10 minutes before afternoon registration. You can have that time to reflect upon your actions and vacate this room.
Right, come on.
Will you go and find Mr. Garfield, please, Janet? Ask him to bring the keys to this entire block.
I don't think this is such a good idea after all. We've got to stick together now, haven't we? We've got no choice.
Sid, listen, we can't back down now. This is it. The point of no return.
We either win this or we're finished.
If you ask me, we're finished already.
Of course we're not if we stick together. Oh, come on, you lot. You know Llewellyn's only bluffing, trying to frighten us into giving away our advantage.
What advantage?
But we're in here, aren't we? And he's got to get us out. Well, he can either do it peacefully by accepting our terms, or he can drag us out by force, which won't make very good publicity for the school now, will it?
Oh, what publicity? How are we going to let...
Got no option now, have we?
Right, that's them all. There's only the one they're in still open.
Right, the 10 minutes is up. They've had their chance. Lock it, Mr. Garfield. Let me know when they're ready to come out.
Listen, someone's locking the door.
What? Quick, move this. Hey, have you, no?
What? He's treating us like babies. We're naughty, so he's locking us in the room. Well, babies old. We'll soon see about that.
Where are you going, Jess?
You wanted publicity? Yeah, well, I think this will make a very good story for the local paper, don't you?
What are we going to do now? Don't know, but whatever we are going to do, we better do it soon.
Great. Fine. Bye.
They interested?
The press will be round as soon as possible.
Great.
Ah, there you are. Saved me a journey. I was just about to drop this in at your place.
Wouldn't have done you any good.
Why? How? When?
Lunchtime. I just hope they don't damage my spider plant. Yes, what is it?
Miss?
Oh, no. That's all we need.
What?
The press are at the gate.
Ah, terrific. Right, you better tell the head. I'll bring them along.
The press have arrived.
Where?
They've gone off with old Mitch.
Oh, good. They should be up to do an interview soon.
I don't think we should look on the negative side. Take some of our achievements. We won the district sports trophy, and we're in the process of organising a study trip to give our pupils experience of different environments. Now there's our school play. Now that's a positive achievement when you consider how much damage was done by the fire.
Yeah, well, we covered the fire.
So you did. Well, look, why don't you take a couple of complimentary tickets for the play? Give us a bit of good publicity for a change, eh?
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, what's keeping them?
You said they'd be up here by now.
Yeah, well, I don't know what's happened, do I?
I'm going to have to get out of here soon.
Why?
I want to go to the loo.
Didn't you go before we came?
I didn't know how long we'd be, did I?
Probably much longer.
Probably less than 1% of the whole school. I mean, that's not exactly a revolution. No, I'll let them out when I'm ready to deal with them. Of course, you're quite welcome to stay.
Oh, no, I don't think so. We only came here in the first place because we got a telephone call saying you had a full-scale riot going on. Well, now we find out it's just a few yelbows running wild. It's not news, is it? Happens somewhere every day of the week.
Yes. Oh, your tickets.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry your time's been wasted.
Yeah.
Hey, just think what it's going to sound like in the local paper. New headmaster unable to control his pupils, results to locking him in and students take militant action. Hey, we might even get on the local radio.
Pupils are leaving.
What?
They are too.
On the window.
Stuck with pain.
Well, push.
Come back! Come back! It's the Students' Action Group!
See if you can find Mr. Baxter, please, Janet. And then you better get someone to keep them moving through here. Would you come with me, Mr. Mitchell? I think it's time we put a stop to this nonsense.
So much for your publicity!
Llewellyn, if I'm going to be done, it's for something worthwhile.
Me too.
Yeah, me.
I wonder what's in this lot.
Stop it, Mike! Stop her!
We've got to get out of here!
The window! It's too high!
Listen to them, young hooligans. I think we should call in the police.
No, I don't think that'll be necessary, Mr. Garfield.
You want them out, do you?
I think so.
I'll off the door, Mr. Garfield. Right. Outside the lot of you, move. I said move.